Well, we wish to wish everyone on frequency a very, very happy 2023. Certainly hope it's going to be a fantastic year ahead, filled with good health, happiness and prosperity. We also wish to thank everyone for tuning in today. We've got quite a net, but I will now move over to the mainstream so that one can be on the TV the right way. But anyway, we wish to thank the Qatar satellite company for allowing the amateurs a space on their wonderful satellite. We also wish to thank the BATC and AMSAT DL and AMSAT UK for all the wonderful assistance, which has made many, many people come up on frequency on DATV, and I'm telling you, there's been a lot of enjoyment and a lot of development over the last 3 years. So today on the net, we have the following. If I can just get the, there we get it. I'll just get the list firstly. We have Martin, G8KOE, to be followed by Mike, G1, Lima Whiskey X-Ray, to be followed by Ed, Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. Ed, if you'll pass it to Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. Benno, you pass it to Mike, Golf 0 Mike Juliet Whiskey, stroke A, which I presume he's portable, or the other QTH. And then Mike, if you pass it to Dave, Mike 5 Tango X-Ray Juliet. And Dave, if you will kindly pass it to Leon, ZS1 Mike. I think that's all we have on the list. I don't see anyone else on the DATV list. So without further ado, Martin, to you, dear sir, from Zulu Sierra 6, Yankee, India.
Well, that looks to be better than last time when I tried and couldn't transmit when it was handed over to me. So let's kill the sound, which is good. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. I couldn't make Christmas Day. I had visitors and I just arrived late and it all finished. But was hoping there'd be a net today. And no new toys this end. Just playing with old ones, really. And sort of constantly confusing myself. Still playing with DATV Easy and OBS 28, which yeah, seems to be working okay for me. I know some people have been having problems, but it seems to be working out quite humoured, and the audio seems to have stayed in one place. Also been playing with NDI, which I don't fully understand. Which I've not updated anything. I was using an old remix NDI utility, but having sort of thought, well, it's time to investigate things with NDI. I had some problems with the plugins for the NDI in OBS, but I found one that works a treat, so you can stream NDI from one OBS to another, and that works okay, including the sound, which was the major problem. But also, let's go to, where can we go? That's what I want. Found that NDI Tools, which probably everybody else has been using, but I hadn't realised it was a free suite of things that you can download, including test patterns, which you can download. And if I go over to the test card side of things and chunk over to there, we can select all sorts of patterns of interest for setting things up, and also tones. It does generate test tones, which I can't remember if I've got one set up, but let's go back to something with a bit of colour on it. That's hopefully a bit of a test tone I won't subject, but there was all sorts of different levels and that. But let's get rid of that. It's also got a screen capture, which is very useful. I better go back to that one. It's no good staying on the test card when I've gone back to NDI Tools. Yeah, it's got a screen capture, which enables you to capture anything obviously on the screen, but also enables you to define in this particular version, which the other one didn't, a small area that you wish to capture, not just the whole screen, which I found useful with capturing from various either the Winter Hill or Mini-Tune, etc. It also captures the sound. You can decide where you want the sound that's come from. But that's what I've been playing with. And I've had some problems when I've been trying to stream from the laptop on the same network. I'm not sure it's just that my network's not capable of doing it, whether I've got some settings wrong, whether the problem is in the router or in the switch that I've got. I'm able to multicast through the system, so I think things are not too bad. I find that sometimes streaming some moving images with sound from the laptop, it's all stuttery. But if I sort of go to a test card and then it sort of will settle down and then start things going again, it's as though it's restarted itself or logged itself in, and it's very good. But also not sure that it's fussy on the network cables. So I've been sort of looking at upgrading those to Cat 5E or whatever, which I will do and give it a try. But if anybody's got all the experience of NDI, any information is greatly received. Every little bit helps. So that's really all I've been playing with. Always playing with various bits and pieces on. I'm not looking at the chat, am I, to make sure that nobody said any nasty things there, like I'm not working. I think I am. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me. And I said, Happy New Year to everybody. It's going to be a good one this year, I've decided. And it's Mike to take it next, isn't it? G1 LWX. That's me, my dyslexic side of things, rearranging your call sign there, Mike. I'll put a test card and throw it back to you. From G8KOE.
Okay, hope everything's working okay. This is a new microphone, so I haven't had it long, so I'm not sure how good it actually is. Thanks Gary, thanks Martin, and a very good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. Hope everyone's fine, and season's greetings to you all. Not keeping it long. I'm away tomorrow, back in Spain, so I won't be around for about a month. Isn't this chair squeaking? Needs some oil on it. Yeah, okay, good pictures on from both stations. The fireworks were fantastic, Gary. We used to go down to London for New Year a few years ago. We used to go quite regular. But we haven't been since COVID, and they're spectacular as well, and they're worth going to see. As a matter of fact, last night I was in bed at 10 o'clock, so we didn't greet the new year. Bit of a boring old man, you see. Okay on everything so far. Martin, okay on the test cards, they look very interesting. I'll have to look at that when I get back from holidays, and I don't really know anything about it, but it certainly looks interesting. See Mike's in his alternative address, which isn't very far away from here, and it's quite a good QTH. It makes me a bit envious every time I drive past there. So as I say, I'm not keeping it long, and I won't be back for the usual problem, picking the wife up. So I'd like to wish everyone on channel and everyone watching healthy, wealthy and fantastic New Year. So let's see who's taking it next. I think it's Ed. So over to you, Ed. Just put the test card on. There we go. So it's PY2RN to take it from G1LWX.
G1LWX, PY2RN, thank you, Mike. Let's see if my audio is working okay. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hi, Gary. Hello, Martin, Mike, Benno, Mike, Dave, Leon, everybody who is watching us. Wish a happy New Year. Healthy New Year for everybody. Hope you guys get an excellent New Year. Yeah, gonna be brief as well. Thank you, Gary, for the very nice images from the fireworks over there, and beautiful images. I'm not gonna be on the second round since XYL is waiting for me to go to the mother-in-law to get lunch there. It's 11:15 at the moment, but yeah, very happy to be part of the first worldwide DATV Net for 2023. Nothing much happening this past week here. Just I worked normally. Just trying to revive our old Linux machine, install the Ubuntu. I was trying to install it in parallel with Windows, but forget about it. I just found a new SSD and just installed in a new SSD, and everything seems to work fine. So I'm gonna test some softwares running on Linux. The only issue with Linux is that we're going to spend some time on it. Okay. All right, guys. Other than that, all the best wishes, and I hope we keep together on this following year. 73 to all, and just put a little image here. You know, since we got a big loss this week here in Brazil, I mean the past week. Let me see if I can get there. All right, 73 to all, and now with Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. Long time I don't see. Hope everything okay, Benno. I miss your Christmas decoration. I remember past year you showed us the Christmas decoration. So hope this year you got the decoration as well. 73 to all.
Hi guys, Happy New Year, and to all of you and your family, everyone's watching and attending the net. Hope to have a good contacts and a lot of new things happening in the new year, for sure, because I feel although there is, like Gary told us, there's a lot happened over the last 3 years. I still feel we are in the child steps, baby steps, making on this new technology, and I feel still new things will come during the next few months, years to come. So we are just making baby steps and just at the start of this new technology where everyone is capable doing live transmissions all over the world, and I believe the rest of the world will follow soon, I hope. Well, that is my wish for the next year. For the rest, I haven't done much over the last week due to all the holidays. I did some transmissions from my house decoration ad. Sorry you missed them. I did them, and I also did some retransmissions from SAQ station up in Sweden from last year. They didn't had a Christmas transmission this year due to COVID problems, but I did the retransmission from the video take over the last year, and to keep this nice thing working. Still working with OBS Martin for the 29 version of beta, getting to work with my virtual cam on this PC. I actually can work it from my laptop, and I have can work my laptop on the network to the same transmission and use the drone cam and the droid cam and the virtual audio cable. But apparently, although I can see my virtual cam in OBS 29 in my OBS self, it's not recognized by my Windows somehow. Somewhere along the line, I already managed to solve some of the problems. I couldn't even open the camera issue, the camera settings in Windows. That was also due to something installed in OBS. And I think I just might have scrambled too much somewhere along the line, and I'm still deleting and changing parts. But for today, I quickly had to reinstall 27 again in order to get a working system for this moment. I actually raised my camera, and I'm still not happy with raising my camera, but I should look more in the camera, people tell me, because I'm always watching other parts of my shack and not looking into the camera. Well, anyway, done that. Nothing much else. I am playing a little bit with some with a Arduino set for measuring the milliwatts, watts on a display. I had two which I bought on eBay over 3 years ago. One is dead because the OLED doesn't work anymore, and I'm not converting that one to an Arduino, giving me the possibility to have an extra watt meter, power meter. Okay, thank you for the signal report, Mike 0 Delta Golf Delta Quebec Whiskey. Nice. I think you still can play a little bit with your dish. I'm not sure what kind of dish you have, but it works flawlessly on your end. Okay, well, passing on to Martin. Thanks for the NDI tools. I think I'm going to play that with that as well soon, because I think some of the issues OBS doesn't have been covered by the NDI tools, but I believe a part of them are similar, because I can also use screen capture on OBS as well. But new tools is always nice to investigate and probably find some use somewhere along the line. On the other hand, more tools give probably myself more headaches of things not working. So we have to see. Passing the microphone on to Mike G0MJW stroke Alpha from Papa Alpha number 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. Go ahead, Mike.
Good. Thank you, Benno. Hopefully I'm locked up now. I'm a little bit weak with myself because, as Mike said, I'm in the alternative location up in the northwest of England with a much smaller dish and a dish that's rusty and the wrong focal length for the potty feed. So there's a few things against it, but it is working, hence I'm using a half-rate transmission. Mike, I'd forgotten that you were that close, actually. I thought you were the other side of the Pennines, but no, you're not. You're probably line of sight, actually, from here. I've not been doing very much radio-wise, for various reasons, over Christmas, but let me first start off by wishing everybody who's watching or listening a Happy New Year. I hope 2023 goes well for everybody. 2022 has been a pretty awful year from our point of view. So it can only get better, we hope. I don't really have very much to talk about because from here I haven't got any stuff that's being built. I've only got very limited things. I have got a soldering iron, but I haven't got any components, so I can't put anything together. But I do have some projects ready. I've got the MRF 300 amplifier controller board, the new one to build. I think that's arrived back at home, and I've got a multi-way relay board to make as well, and a few things maybe to try for 29 megahertz DATV. And I saw today that my little whisper beacon in Harwell with its 200 milliwatts was picked up by a PY2 in Brazil, not too far from Ed. So I think there's hope, actually. And with the narrow bandwidths we're using, I'm not sure we need to restrict ourselves to kilometres either, but that'll only annoy the Americans even more, who don't seem to be able to transmit more than 3 kilohertz of bandwidth. Anyway, hopefully we'll do a bit more interesting stuff on 29 megahertz going forwards, and of course TEP to South Africa would be exciting as well. Okay. What else? Yes, I think it was you, Benno, was saying that we're still playing at this and learning all the time, and I think there's a lot more to do. Very interested to see what Charles G4GUO is doing in developing an implementation of an HF modem, which does narrow bandwidths in software. I don't see any reason why it's restricted to HF, actually. I expect it would work at VHF as well, and possibly even over the satellite. So there's possible things to look forward to in the new year, but we'll have to wait and see. With that, I'm going to pass it round to Dave. M5TXJ. Hope life is good up even further north than me in West Cumbria. So over to you, Dave. M5TXJ, G0MJW.
I think that's me into the satellite. Hopefully I've got audio. Yep. Happy New Year, everybody. I've been missing a while, mainly work, but also had a nice week-long trip to 9H. I like the north end of Malta. It's nice, and we had temperatures up to 27 degrees just before Christmas, so it was a nice break. And Christmas and New Year have meant babysitting. I was babysitting the grandkids last night. They were here, just taking them back a couple of hours ago. The eldest one's 2 and the youngest one's 6 months, so they've had me running around. Martin, yeah, OBS 28, you're doing well with that, and virtual audio cable, I'll have to have a play. I'm still using 27. I need to have a big switch around here and try DATV Easy for H.265, still running H.264. But hopefully 265 won't be too far away. Ed, that was an impressive lineup of radios in the background. Collins, I assume. I'm not a big aficionado of American radio gear. I did have a Hallicrafters S27 at one time, and I've repaired a Drake. I think it was a TR4 for a friend of mine. But that's about the limit of my knowledge of American radios. Yeah, enjoy your afternoon with the mother-in-law. We had the mother-in-law here not yesterday, the day before. Yes, I hope your visit to the mother-in-law is more enjoyable. I'll say no more. Oh, missed a cartoon from you today, but I'm sure you'll make up for it in the future. Benno, I just spotted the RC helicopters in the background. I've had one, nearly killed myself, broke my thumb when it was struck by a rotor blade. A Hirobo shuttle, so that ages it a bit. Yeah, managed to slice through my thumb and the tail boom with the glass fibre rotor blade while trying to adjust the tracking. So it's in a lot of parts, and I don't think it'll be returning to flight. I have got a lot of, well, not a lot, but I've got some video of model flying from the 80s. Fixed wing was more my thing, with nitro engines, glow motors, everything from Little Cox TD.020 up to Super Tiger 25cc two-stroke glow motor, but mainly Sato 4-strokes. So I'll have to digitize a few bits of video and play them on here. Yeah, oh, fine on SAQ. I missed that replay, and I did say that they weren't going to be on this year. Oh, your signal, it was 8.2 MER with me. Mike, yours was 6 dB MER, which is still a pretty good signal. I think I could optimize my dish for another half a dB somewhere along the line. And well done on Whisper, Mike. I'm running 100 watts on 40 meters Whisper. It's not just Whisper. I do Hellschreiber, slow QRSS, and FSK coming out of one of Hans's Ultimate 3S little transmitters. so that churns away all the time on 40 meters. Right, so what have I been doing? I had problems with my ride. I've got a ride in the sitting room as well as the winter hill in the shack, and it kept dropping back to command prompt. And I found that the fan that sits in there and runs slowly all the time had died. So I've changed the fan and we're back to normal running. I've ordered a spare PA for QO-100, one of the stereo ones with the, not the BLF, the other transistor, the one that's meant to be better. And also G7 ITT. Seamus, who lives about 5 miles from me, he's ordered one as well. So that will cause confusion when he gets on the satellite with a G7 ITT and John G7 JTT. I've also ordered one of those cheap SDRs, one of the clones from China, about 18 quid. So I'll have a play with that when that comes. And I've installed a numeric keyboard as well as the normal keyboard. I saw a video on YouTube using some software called Noob's Commander to control OBS with a numeric keypad rather than a stream pad, which I can't justify splashing out the money for. So I'm going to have a play with that. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Oh, Gary, I live in a little cluster of 4 properties about a mile from the nearest village, and if you look at them, I'm in number 2 as you read left to right from the road, and in number 4 is a chap who moved about 3 years ago from South Africa, and I must have a word with him and see if he was anywhere near your part of the world. I know he was somewhere not far south of Johannesburg. He's actually originally from Newcastle. I think he was into building, mining, engineering, that sort of thing. And his wife is South African. And yeah, she swears at the dog in Afrikaans, so we don't know what she's saying. Right, with that, I'll pass it around to Leon. And once again, Happy New Year all. So, Zulu Sierra 1, Mike. This is Mike 5, Tango X-Ray Juliet. And I'll sign out with an old test card.
Sorry about that. I forgot to switch on the PA. It was such a long over, seeing that I'm last in the road today, that I hadn't switched on the PA yet. Okay, it's on now. Yes, a very happy new year to everybody on the net. And all signals beautiful. Nobody's stuttering, nobody's dropping out, nobody's freezing. Amazing. So yeah, it's a good start for the new year, eh? Yes, okay, not much on this side. Mike G0MJW/A, your picture is pretty good here with me for your rusty dish, I must say. It really looks good. I couldn't tell the difference. All other signals are perfect. Right, I have a little thing here. Let's call it a riddle. I have 3 of these things. I know what they are, but I haven't found anybody so far who knows what it is. Benno, you should know. It was invented by a guy in the Netherlands. So, does anybody know what this is? It's not an opium pipe, I believe. So, yeah,
I'm pretty chuffed with them because I've always wanted one and now I've got 3. I'm still busy cleaning them, but anyway, they're getting better. Right, yeah, baby steps, Benno. Yeah, well, if I just look at the progress we've made in the last year, my goodness. If we carry on like this, we're going to be really good in the end. And I actually recorded your transmission of the Alexanderson transmitter, Benno. I was just in time when I switched on Mini Tuner. The guy just said he's going to switch on the main switch now, and that's when I pressed the record button and I recorded the whole thing. That was very, very, very interesting. I've never been able to receive that thing here in South Africa. The noise levels nowadays are really, really way, way, way too high. I have nice receivers that operate down there on 17.2 kcs, and well, my receivers go down to 10 kcs. And I've made various antennas and things because I listen to the other VLF stuff when I have a chance. But I have to go out to the airfield, you know, away from the electrical reticulation system because it's so noisy nowadays with all the switch mode rubbish. Anyway, so I'm going to give it back to Gary. Gary knows what it is because I told him last night what it is. But yeah, any other takers? ZS6 Yankee India for the group from ZS1 Mike.
Okay, Leon, yeah, I'm not going to spoil your fun. ZS1 Mike, ZS6YI. It is indeed a riddle. But it's all good fun. I just want to change this audio here. All good fun and excellent signals from everybody. Benno, compliments. It's the best signal I've seen from you. The audio is superb. Quality of the image, fantastic. And Mike as well. You know, Mike, I went onto a big screen and you had absolutely no plateliting at all. You know, it was just a perfect signal. So very well done. I'd like to know what your lineup is there, but it certainly came through very, very well. No tiling, nothing. I was quite surprised at your, excuse me, very low FEC rate. So that was quite interesting indeed. Yeah. What else is there to comment on? Not very much. I think I'll also make this my final. Benno, again, compliments to you. Of course, Ed has gone. Ed, lovely lineup in the background there. Beautiful. Obviously superimposed from an old shack, I suppose. But it's working very, very well indeed. And yeah, Martin, nice signal this time. Your audio could have upped a little bit, but that's all. It's rock steady, beautiful tones, color, absolutely perfect. Mike, that's run off to fetch the wife, also brilliant signal from him. Many years ago, we had a program. It was about ghost stories, and it was on the radio, and it was called The Creaking Door. Now we have Mike with the creaking chair. Anyway, all good fun. Yeah, Mike, again, brilliant signal from you. Well done. And greetings to your mum. Happy New Year to her there, please, from us in South Africa. And Dave, all noted, yeah, well, I'm just south of Johannesburg, about 50 kilometers south of Johannesburg. My grid locator, you might jot it down, is Kilo Golf 33 X-Ray Hotel. So that will bring up the map. It's a place called Three Rivers. I'm not going to mention the actual city or town. It's called Verenigen. Benno will understand. It means united. Verenigen, but that's a difficult one to roll off the tongue. So the suburb I'm in is called Three Rivers, and that's where we are. I'm sure your friend will know where that is. But yeah, go and knock him up and say, hey, we've got somebody that knows you. You know, this happened It was 1 in a billion. A friend of mine, a Scottish chap, went back to Scotland for a holiday with his wife, and they were in Glasgow, and he hadn't been back for about 30 years. So he popped into a shop that was doing kitchen fittings. And he happened to ask for directions, and the guy gave him directions. And then the chap that was giving the directions asked him, "Where are you from? Where are you living now?" He said, "South Africa." "Oh, where?" He said, "Verenigen, 3 Rivers." He says, "My goodness." He says, "Tell me, do you know Gary Immelman?" God, this friend of mine from South Africa could have fallen over. What? It turned out it was my wife's cousin who was who runs the shop doing kitchen fittings, and he had just spent time with us in South Africa. Isn't that a coincidence in a million, eh? So anyway, it was a good story, and of course the cousin got hold of me immediately. I said, "Oh, well, I'm very well known. Everybody knows me. And I act nonchalant, but." When old Tom came back to South Africa, boy, we had a giggle over that one. So the strangest things in life happen. Right, with that, I'm going to basically throw the ball in the air. I won't be coming back for the next over. And Ed's gone, and I think Mike said he'd also go. But anyway, let's see what happens. So, Martin, perhaps back to you, Golf 8 KOE to take it from ZS6 Yankee India.
Right, I must remember to talk it up a little bit this time. I was mumbling too much. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. It should be sufficient, but I can always turn some more up if this isn't enough. And the glass, I haven't a clue what they are. I want to think it's something to do with photography or radiation is sort of, but it's probably way out. No idea. It looks very interesting, and I like things like that. It's I'll obviously find out eventually what they are. NDI Tools, I didn't mention. It's free to download, and there's lots of bits and pieces, lots of information on there, and I've only sort of touched the surface with it. But definitely worth a go. And it hasn't interrupted there, Benno, with anything else that I've been doing. But you never can tell. I'm still using the new camera I've got, which I'm more than pleased with. The Ultra Cam, the Dell one, with all its bits and pieces, seems to work very well, and the low light conditions, etc. Worth every penny. Wish I'd got one earlier. I haven't really got a great deal more to add, but Mike's pictures were superb. He's clever with tweaking the technical bits, which is way beyond me, which is why I use DATV Easy, which is working well for me, and also obviously OBS 28, which is also working. Now I've got a cup of tea coming in nearly, but somebody's not going to come in because I'm transmitting, but they can still see you. She's laughing at the door. You might as well come in and bring the tea because they can see you over there in the end. That's Carol bringing me a cup of tea. She's running away now. Right, that's who's. I'm not sure who takes it next now because Mike had dropped out. Ed had dropped out, I think. Benno probably to take it, unless anybody else knows better. But good to see pictures from you, Benno. And always difficult with cameras and that, getting them in the right place. One of the facilities this has got, it's got a tracking facility, which I can, auto framing, which we'll switch on, which seems to work quite well. As you can see, it follows one round. There we go, moves me back in. So I quite like it. But I do like the zoom ability, etc. But the low light conditions, because I've got terrible lighting conditions in the shack. Right, round to the Benno, and I'll try and put up a proper test card this time rather than the NDI one, the squiggly ones. But it's got some lovely tones and that you can select in there at various levels, which are ideal for testing things out a little bit. Right, I'll stop, make sure I'm not mumbling too much and talking too quietly. But good to see everybody, good pictures from everybody. And I'm pleased to make the first of this year's net, and I'll see if how long I can continue on through the year without missing one. 7-3 is all, and let's put a test card and round to you, Benno, I think, from G8KOE.
Hey everybody, thanks there Martin, G8KOE, sorry, I'm jumping in there. Benno said I can take the gap. And yeah, good to see everybody on the net. Sorry I'm a bit late, I actually wasn't sure if there was a net, and then I wasn't paying attention, and then I saw everybody come up. So here I am, just going to keep it sweet and short. Just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody watching, everybody playing along, and you're right, Benno. There's definitely some cool stuff going to be happening this year. I can feel it. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, Dave, yeah, Vaal High School is in Van der Bijl Park. That's very close to where I live. Anyways, now, like I said, good to see everybody. Not much to add. We've been Christmas holidays, just relaxing with the family at home, cleaning up the shack a bit. I did manage to put together another winter heel for Henry, his ZS6 MC, wanted one. But other than that, just catching up on old projects and playing around in the workshop, so nothing too much. Okay, I'm not going to hold it long. I'm not quite sure who's next on the list. Oh, well, obviously Benno, yeah. Benno, I'm going to give it to you there. Thanks for giving me the gap there. Okay, Happy New Year, everybody, and we'll see each other on the airwaves. Papa Alpha 3 FBX, Zulu Romeo 6 Tango Golf. 73, everybody.
Yeah. Let's see. Almost. Wrong camera. Hi. Hi Tom. Nice to see you also on. And happy to give you the chance of the gap made by Ed and Mike. Okay, what else to comment on? Nothing much. Thank you for the good report. I should look in the camera, I told you. I'm still kind of unused to DATV. It's a very strange why. For the choppers, yes, that's why they call choppers. And yeah, you have to be careful, especially with the big one, which is 550. I had a 700 electrical. I have only electrical ones. I have fortunately passed the gas, the petrol gas ones. I'm flying also with fixed wing, motor driven, but also without motor. And that's fun, especially the 3D, because if I'm going to do for just floating around, I try to do turns and swivels and things like that, and most of the times I end up being damaged on the floor because I always try to. I'm kind of bored with flying just straight round circles, and I think it's fun to have something to do while flying, and I like to fly inverted, upside down and things like that with normal planes, and I can do that actually with that 500 size, but I haven't done it with the last 2 years. It's actually I haven't flown over the last 2 years due to too much other works, because it's a complete separate hobby which takes a lot of time to do it properly, especially to maintain the batteries, because the batteries are very expensive still, 50, 60 euros for a normal battery, and you have to maintain that battery well to get some decent flight over like 5 minutes of it. So yes, I haven't done too much. With my drone I fly occasionally still. Actually, I've made some drone images yesterday of a local happening, but that's not on this computer, and I'm not going to show you because it's way off this hobby. Hi. Well, anyway, what else to add? Nothing much. And I'm passing on to for the I'm guessing something to distill, measuring some kind, because I think I saw something to heat up something and to distill it into another bottle and to get some fluid out of that. I think it's just something to distill something out of it. But I'm not an alchemist, so I am not too into that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, it can be like something that I don't think it's completely for our hobby at all. And I think it's just some alchemist stuff what you have, which might be fitting into your mechanical hobby medical hobby, Leon. Okay, well, that's all for now. Greetings, and see you all later this year. Try to attend as much as possible, but I also have quite a lot of activities going on the South African part. I actually worked together over the last 6 weeks with a new technician coming from South Africa, and I have asked him about 3-4 times where he lives. He told me every time again, and every time again I forgot. So 3 Rivers, something maybe I can remember, Gary, and I will tell him I know someone from Three Rivers, and probably I will end up inviting him for the net somewhere in the next few weeks, because he has to tell himself where he lives, because, well, I might need to investigate a little bit to learn a little bit from the map in South Africa. As long as it's not in driving range, I am limited in knowledge where it is all about. You ask me quite a bit about Holland and Germany and things like that. But South Africa, I've never driven around, and then I start to forget how the country is working together. Okay, that's all. Microphone on too. Mike G0MJW probably knows the answer of Leon. He's one of the guys knows everything. Hi. PA3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Take it along, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Benno. I'm not deceiving myself. Oh, I am now. So, yeah, I wasn't quite sure when to come in, but all very interesting. People are doing some interesting things. Hi to you, Tom and Leon. Nice to see you as well. Yeah, the glassware. To me, that looked like some sort of reflux stroke still type apparatus. The sort of thing you use in chemistry, and I did chemistry at school back in the 1980s, 70s and 80s, and I do remember vaguely things that looked a bit like that when we had to do stuff with alcohol as part of our chemistry A-level course. I took chemistry A-level, and the general rule was that everything worked fine until a little bit of it leaked out and somebody's apparatus would burst into flames all of a sudden, and then it had to be put out. So there we are. Okay, I won't keep going because A, I've still got a sore throat, which is very annoying, but B, I know I'm a weak signal. Thank you for the compliments on the video quality. I've not really done anything different here. It's just the standard script, but at a half rate rather than 3/4 rate. And I think I reduced the resolution a bit, so it's not full HD anymore. It's probably 720p, something like that. Anyway, it seems to work, which is good. So let's pass it on to Dave. M5TXJ, I assume you're coming back. If not, it would be Leon after you. So let's see. I think it goes round to Dave. So M5TXJ G0MJW.
That's me, hopefully with audio again. Right, hello to Carol. Could bring me a cup of tea. My cup's empty. Yeah, I could do it in the cuppa, but I'll go and get one in a moment. And Tom, I'm still not used to you with the short hair, but it looks good, but it's still a shock to the system. Benno, cameras. Cameras isn't my problem, it's the monitor placement. I've one monitor over there, and I've one monitor up there. So when I need to see anything, I'm all over the place. But yeah, we'll get sorted out. I am very new to this, as you're pretty aware, and finding my feet with DATV. I did dabble a little with ATV on 77s back, it must have been around 1980. 81, 82, not from my own QTH, from the QTH of a G3 UHT, Bill, who's sadly dead now. But yeah, that was late night after pub, 77s ATV. But yeah, it's still all very new to me. And flying round in circles, I wish I could do that. I sort of, not 3D, but I freestyle loops and rolls and Cuban 8s and Immelmans and things like that. My reflexes as an old man, yes, I am an old man. I'm 62 in 3 weeks. My reflexes aren't up to 3D, and I've got a little of the old man tremors these days, so yeah, it's... flying's good fun, but I can't say I'm an expert by any stretch of the imagination. Right, before I go, I'll just say next week I won't be here because I'm on a lovely 09:30 to 21:30 Sunday shift, so I will be missing, but hopefully I'll be back the week after. February's going to be a bit scarce from me as well. Not only have I got a weekend of the nuclear bunker I helped restore up in Dundee, but I'm also father of the bride. My eldest daughter's getting married, much to the delight of many of the family who say that I'll spontaneously combust the moment I enter a church. Right, so if you can produce a nice gin, enjoy your collection.
I don't know what happened there. Dave, you cut yourself a little bit short, but then somebody was trying to come up, but the thing wouldn't lock, and it just tried and tries, and in the end there was nothing. Okay, right. Now, yeah, Dave, you're not old at all. I'm 67, and I feel as young as a spring chicken, so gee whiz. Okay, these things were given to me by the son of my science teacher. And my science teacher used these things when I was in school, in science class. Now, his son, who gave it to me, has a doctorate in chemistry, and he doesn't know what it is. He also thought it was some ether distilling apparatus or something. No. Benno, it comes from Holland. It was invented by a Mr. Kipp from the Netherlands. He was an alchemist, Kipp, K-I-P-P, and it's called a Kipp apparatus. Now, it's a very handy thing. It's a gas generator. In the middle bulb, you put, depending on which gas you want to generate, say for instance you want to make some hydrogen, you put some granulated zinc in here. In the top there, you pour in some dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. It goes down all the way through this. It's got a long spout that goes right through the granulated zinc into the bottom tank. And the acid accumulates there, and you keep on pouring acid until it pushes up here and it touches the granulated zinc, say to about there. Then the reaction will start. Over here, you have a rubber stopper with a tap, a gas tap. This is your output. So while the tap is closed, it will start generating gas, and it will build up pressure in this chamber, which is also coupled to this, and it will start pushing the acid back into the top vessel, depleting the granulated zinc from acid, so the reaction will stop. And when you open the tap, the pressure drops, you get your hydrogen gas, and the acid rises again to start generating hydrogen again. So it's gas on tap. But when you close the tap, it'll take a few seconds and it's in standby mode. If you want carbon dioxide, you don't use granulated zinc, you just use marble chips in there with acid. And again on tap. And you've got your CO2 on tap. So it's a Kipp apparatus. It was invented in 18-something by Mr. Kipp. And I don't know why anybody knows about it. I mean, we used it in school. In 1973, when I was in final years, we still used it. So I asked this chap who gave it to me, now, how do you guys generate gas? He said, no, we just buy it in a cylinder. So much for Mr. Kipp. But they still make them. They're made of borosilicate glass. And yes, I don't know. I have not found one person except my science teacher who knows what this is. A Kipp apparatus. Okay, that's it from me. 73s, everybody. And we'll see you next time. From ZS1, Mike.
I'll take it. I'm still in the shack. Yeah, the second time around was even a better lesson. Yeah, no, I'm going to look it up. The KIP apparatus, quite a clever way, if you think of it. It regulates its own pressure. Very, very clever feedback loop there. Just wanted to say hi to Tom. And Tom, it's a year ago today since you came onto DATV. That's the day you came to get the other amp. And incidentally, I've been down in the storeroom and I found an amp. It was your original amp. Look, I got that thing to work perfectly. So you're welcome to come and get it at any time. And then you have your spare amp. Right. With that, guys, I'm going to say 7-3 to all. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of guys on YouTube. Albert, of course, he always watches. Hello, Albert. And then there is DL7 Tango Juliet. And also that's Tobias. And then DL2IE. They were watching, so I hope they're still watching. But anyway, very good day to you guys. And nice seeing you on the YouTube channel. Right, with that, I'm going to bid everyone on frequency a very happy day, happy new year, and we hope we're going to have many interesting conversations during the year. It started off well, so let's keep it that way. And let's ask Murphy to please visit other people. All the best. This is Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India, now signing clear, opening the frequency to general use, 7-3.
Oh, where am I now? Anybody interested? That's what Google says about it. Where am I now? Anybody interested? KIP's apparatus called KIP generator, designed for preparation of small volumes of gases, was invented around 1844 by the Dutch pharmacist Petrus Jacobus KIP and widely used in chemical laboratories and for demonstrations in schools into the second half of the 20th century. Well, second half of the 20th century. They're still being used in some places. So there you have it. Cheers, everybody.
School because we were modern. We had gas on tap from a pressurized bottle. I had to pull your leg on that one. Cheers, Leon. Lekker aand en bly om te sien jy's terug. Cheers and beers.
Okay, Gary. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me feel very old, you know. But I mean, it was only 1973 when we were still using it. And I'm pretty sure they used it well after that. They're definitely not using it anymore because they are almost phasing out science in the schools. Everything nowadays is too dangerous. No more lithium, no more sodium, no more potassium. No more phosphorus, no more mercury thermometers. Everything is just too dangerous. So, yeah. So science is too dangerous, so they stop doing science in schools by the looks of it. Bye. ZS1 Mike now pulling the big switch.
But I bet you, if you talk about political science and science in inverted commas, then you'll have a very big audience. The world's upside down. Cheers, Ali Bester. The world's upside